Labor. Okay.
Mr. Speaker.
I call the honourable member Amy Adams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am getting heartily sick of sitting in this House and listening to opposition parties who claim to care about jobs, who claim to care about incomes, who claim to care about raising the living standards of New Zealanders, and yet they continually oppose every single policy that will actually create jobs, that will raise living standards, that will create prosperity for New Zealanders. They claim to care about those things, Mr. Speaker, but judge them on their actions. Every time this government brings a proposal to this House to do things that will create jobs, that are creating jobs, that are getting a handle on debt, that are creating prosperity and futures for our New Zealanders, Labour, New Zealand First and the Greens oppose them. Every single time. Mr. Speaker, their policies are contradictory, they are inconsistent, they are misguided, they are misleading. In fact, they are intellectually duplicitous. They promise New Zealanders that they care about those things, and they oppose every single opportunity to actually make a difference to the wealth, the prosperity, the future of this country. Mr. Speaker, while this afternoon we have sat here and listened to petty political point scoring from Labour, this government is watching the fact that the international situation is increasingly more serious. Anyone who is following the situation in Europe understands that there has hardly ever been, in our memories, sir, a time more serious in terms of the international and local financial management. This is a time, Mr. Speaker, for sensible, prudent fiscal management, and that's what this national-led government is delivering to this country. We are focusing, sir, on getting our debt under control so that we are not reliant on international lenders and having to pay more and more money to offshore lenders as the Labour, Green and New Zealand future parties would want. We are focused on keeping our debt under control, getting government debt down, getting back to surplus in 3 years so that we have choices, sir, so that this government can deliver policies that will create more jobs as we are. So we're focused on creating economic growth for this country, and we make no apology about that. We are here to create economic growth, we are here to create opportunities, and sir, it's delivering. It is delivering. The opposition don't want to hear it, but the facts speak for themselves. This afternoon in question time, you heard the Minister of Social Development confirm that the numbers of people on the unemployment benefit is now at its lowest level for more than 3 years. So they don't want to hear it, sir. They don't want to hear it. They want to keep blustering and bleating away from the sidelines, knowing that they broke the economy and we're fixing it. They don't want to hear that. But the fact remains that numbers of people on the unemployment benefit is not only one of the most respectable in the world, it is now at the lowest number for the last 3 years, more than the last 3 years. And even more impressively, sir, the number of young people on the unemployment benefit has dropped 44%. Well, that's where the jobs are, Mr. Cosgrove. They're being filled by those people who have got off the unemployment benefit that you abandoned. The jobs are exactly why we now have a 44% decrease in the numbers of our young people on the unemployment benefit. That is proof, Mr. Speaker, that this government is delivering an effective economic growth strategy to this country. That's why the New Zealand people continue to put their faith and their trust in the John Key-led government, because we are focusing on what matters. We're focusing on getting jobs, getting opportunities, lifting living standards for all New Zealanders, and we are prepared to walk the talk. We're prepared to walk the talk. We don't come to this House and oppose growth structures. We bring to this House infrastructure plans, like the rollout of ultra-fast broadband, the Rural Broadband Initiative, the rollout of the 700 megahertz spectrum, all of which the Labour Party opposed. They don't want you to have ultra-fast broadband. They don't want to move to a digital economy. They've opposed that. So they had 9 years to do anything, did nothing. And yet this government is rolling out a digital future for this country, because we know that that is where the future lies. So that's why we've invested $1.35 billion in ultra-fast broadband. That's why New Zealand is being taken into the future with a digital economy by this government that is focused on infrastructure, that is focused on innovation, that is focused on the future.
I call the honourable member Grant Robertson.